Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's Failrace episode on GTA 5 with Connor driving around on a motorbike. Now, motorbikes are great. You know, you can whiz through traffic, you can go places where a car simply can't. They can fit in a lot of spaces and all of that. However, sometimes trying to be lazy and drive right up to your objectives is not allowed. Nope, you have been punished for your laziness right there. Matthew's up next on GTA 5. They're driving around with an armoured Kuruma, and they are heading to do a little sort of mission-y thing. As they head over here, there are a couple of vehicles they've got to, I think, follow for this, that immediately after leaving the car park drive into two different power poles. Like that. It's honestly impressive. The synchronized crashing is just incredibly well done. Incredibly well done. The Real Alpha is up next on Cyberpunk. Now, they have got a sort of caught a ride with an AI vehicle. The AI have driven them back to a location, and then the AI has decided to run over the player. Yeah, I don't quite know why. I'm guessing its pathing wasn't quite correct to line it up with the side of the road it wanted to go on, and the only way it could rectify that was to drive around in a circle and try to run the player over. There's just sort of some passive-aggressive taxi service going on right there. Or actually, just aggressive. Real up next on Need for Speed Unbound is, trying to get away from the police as you do by a little bit of off-roading. Not normally the worst idea in the world. This one, however, as they go to head up the hill, the light bump on the railing is enough to send the car to orbit. Sure. I mean, it is one way to get away from the police, though. That is, it is a very good point for that one. Dam is up next on Need for Speed, this time on Most Wanted, also in a pursuit. Now, as they are heading through this tunnel, there is a spike strip in which they manage to, do a backflip and wipe out the car, but more impressively land on the rear wing of a Corvette, wheeling their way around and somehow get away with it. I mean, the fact that didn't immediately lead to them being caught is actually very, very impressive. Douglas is up next on Driver Parallel Lines. Again, this is another one where I don't know if it's a police that are chasing them or just a pursuit in this one. I've not actually played Parallel Lines, but this death race looking car doesn't really like the park. No, it's already gone for one flip off of a sort of a footpath and then a second flip off of a footpath. Normally I say curbs are dangerous, but in this case, dirt paths are dangerous, as that one there is now very stuck against the wall. Grumples is up next on Forza Motorsport. Now, they have just finished a time trial event when the Mini is falling over. Now, that's not what's supposed to happen here. Normally, the car stays where it is. But no, this time what we've done is we've turned a Mini into a drill bit, I think. It is trying to drill its way to the centre of the Earth. It's trying to escape, and the Mini is now gone. The lights and everything, yeah, that's still spinning. I can't say I've come across this one. I mean, I do remember the weirdness that occasionally could happen in the upgrade shops in Forza games, in Horizon games and older. I can't say I've ever seen that weirdness at the end of a race. But there we go. He was number one is up next on Recfest. Now, heading towards a notoriously dangerous corner. You do not want to hit the inside here too hard because you go for a roll. This time, though, amazingly, the player's car is saved by a tyre bundle. It is righted, certainly, by a tyre bundle in this one. Unfortunately, in trying to, I think, get themselves back on the track, they sort of missed one of the invisible checkpoints they have to reset. But I think the first time I've ever seen a tyre bundle save a car, though sadly it did lose a wheel in all of that, but still pretty damn good going. Car Fan is next, also on a Recfest, racing against a selection of silly vehicles, where it turns out, the sofa versus a car sometimes goes the way of the sofa. Well, I say goes the way of the sofa. The sofa didn't exactly have a good day, but the car equally lost. They both went soaring off into the scenery. Little B is up next on Modern Warfare 2, and now they are trying to, I think they're trying to rescue a hostage, or I've never played this particular game. Either way, they've got this interesting six wheels, I always want to say like a UTV style thing, in a place where it is not really, it's just too big. It's too big to drive around. They think they've found a way out, and then it's beached. Yep, they have got it wedged on a post, I think, or on the house. Whatever's happening, you've got it very stuck. That's not going to be going anywhere soon. Madam back on Car for Sale Simulator is finding that their garage is not quite big enough for a truck. Yeah, I guess you can buy trucks and vans and whatnot on this game. And it turns out when you go to teleport it to the lifter to, I guess, work on it, no, it just falls over. It's just a little bit too big. And if it doesn't fall over, it bumps off and ever so slowly rolls back. Now, if you do get into it, you can sort of drive it forward to kind of park it in the... I don't know whether you can work on it if you've like manually parked it. But yeah, it's just a little bit too big to be working on in that garage. And finally, we have Caleb on Beam running very high speed. Now, this is always good fun on Beam to try and see how fast you can get various cars. I mean, you're trying to deal with traffic and whatnot. But of course, if things go wrong when you are running at, 200 miles an hour or so, you tend to have rather spectacular crashes. The SBR4 getting a little bit of airtime over a crest, and it's off into the trees. But it is a wonderful car flag. I don't even know, it's more of a car bridge between two trees than a car flag, because it's actually stuck in between both of them. I mean, it's a very big crash. Could have actually been worse in some ways, but it is incredibly well parked. And there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have more clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There'll be a link to it in the description, and all the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.